Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. We have an update on the haircut situation. We managed to get one and I haven't been absolutely butchered. It's actually not a terrible job. Now, we can't fix the hairline, don't get me wrong, but we'll take it. So today, I'll give you a bit of an update in terms of where we are at 5 weeks post show, one more week till the push begins. So I'm going to give you a bit of an insight and a bit of an update in terms of how I feel, where I'm at, and how I feel progress has been since the show. I also have a push day, so I'll actually take you through that and let you know my thoughts on the gyms in Dubai. I've trained in a few of them, and I want to give you a bit of an insight into my thoughts, where I feel like is the best, and where you may actually like for yourself as well. So let's get on with it. Yes, gang, so I was going to give you a little bit of an update into where we're at. I'll do more of a bodybuilding style video here in terms of the process, in terms of physique development and me chasing my own goals, rather than, you know, a little bit of Dubai in there as well. So I'll pop up this week's check-in video here as well. So this is 5 weeks post show. Body weight here this week is sitting in around 102.5. Sorry, 112.5, 102, geez, I have to cut off an arm. 112.5. So last Monday to be precise, we brought food up a little bit. So body weight was sticking in around 111.5, in the mid 111s. So basically an extra 40 grams of carbs on training day, an extra 40 grams of carbs on rest day, just from rice. So basically an extra 15 gram of rice pre-workouts, an extra 15 grams cream of rice post-workouts, an extra 10 grams of rice in two other meals as well. So a little jump, that was it. And then the same on rest day, so an extra 30 grams of rice in total and an extra 15 grams of cream of rice in the meal one. That was it. And then we increased GH a little bit as well. And straight away over this week, body weight came up to like mid 112s and just held there. But I just feel a little bit fuller, a little bit more life in me in the gym as well. You know, especially from the GH, when you see that extra bit of water come on, straight away my body loves that in terms of performance in the gym. So that extra little bit of water that it gives you, subcutaneous and just in the muscle as well, it pushes my training forward. So this week, training has went fantastic. I will obviously show you through the push session as well, but we're pretty much seeing progress every session, which is what I'd expect post-show. As more food goes in, as a little bit of body fat comes back on as well, I'd expect training to move forward. That is ultimately what the goal is. You know, we want to get performance back to a really good position and then drive that forward into the off season. So here we are sitting obviously in a pretty lean position still. You know, I've kept it, you know, pretty tight. I'm proud of myself for keeping it tight because it's not easy post-show. It really is not easy in terms of, that's when the hunger really ramps up and that food noise really creeps in. You know, I'm used to it, I enjoy it, I embrace it, but you know, it still takes discipline. Just because I enjoy it and just because I'm kind of a bit more used to it now, doesn't mean it's not hard. Trust me, it is. Especially over here where you have Korean, where you can order stuff to your door within like 5 minutes. Like there's food everywhere and there's no food over here that tastes bad. Everything is so good. So it's very easy to kind of have more food noise when you're here. So I'm pretty proud of how I've handled it. I have enjoyed an off plan the last 2 weekends. So I got sushi, then I got pasta last weekend, as you saw. But again, I'm managing it very well. That's, you know, I'm navigating the food on that day so we don't just go and bounce 2 or 3 kilo, which where the appetite is, I definitely could easily do that. So it's just a case of being mindful and being smart with them meals. And I'm still keeping them somewhat clean. Like I don't want to go for burgers and stuff and just loads of desserts and stuff, because I know that it's a slippery slope. And it's like the more sweet things you put in, the more you crave it. So I don't really want to put a lot in, to be honest with you. Plus, I don't feel, even last weekend after the pasta, I was like, you know what? And a bit of pizza as well. I was like, I'm going sushi next time, because I never feel good in myself off the back of stuff like that. So I'd rather feel really good than have something good for like, you know, a few minutes and then feel shit the next day, basically. So that is where we're at. I know I said the haircut as well. I know I'd be joking around saying, you know, the hairline, etc. But it actually is something, believe it or not, that I used to not care, but I'm actually getting a little bit more self-conscious over it. Yeah, it really affects confidence to be quite transparent with you at the moment. It's getting a little bit thinner and stuff, so I don't know. I'll see what I'll do. Honestly, I think I might just shave it off, because that way I don't have to worry about what it looks like. It's gone. It is what it is. Part of me wants to try a transplant as well to see what that looks like. Maybe sometime next year, we'll see. But I don't know. But something has to be done, because, you know, I know we're always like, oh, I don't care what people think. I don't. But, and you'll see the comments in here. I get some shit sometimes, and I don't mind that. But when it affects your own confidence, being like, I don't know. It's, yeah, just me being transparent there. But we'll see what I do with it. But yeah, overall, a brief synopsis of this ramble. Food has increased a little bit. GH has come up a little bit. Steps, they're remaining consistent. It's very easy to get steps out here because it's so warm, so I'm hitting them 10K every day. Training is pull, push, legs, rests, pull, push, legs, repeat, okay? And I'm enjoying that because I'm really loving getting into the gym at the moment. So that frequency for me, pretty much 6 days a week. Volume is pretty low in each session. You know, there's not a lot of working sets in each session, but I'm in the gym more, which I'm loving because I'm truly enjoying it at the moment. So that's where we're at, kind of training, food-wise, etc. One thing we have done is brought in SS31, which is a peptide for anyone who hasn't heard of it, and simply just to trial and see the effects that it has. It has a lot of proven studies in terms of, like, you know, improving overall mitochondrial function and improving blood markers as well, like kidney values and stuff as well. So basically, you know, especially being in the health phase, we're like, right, okay, let's bring this in and let's just see how good we can get these markers, see if they actually do see improvements. And if they do, and because like I said, a few weeks ago, we got bloods done, they're actually in a really good position. So if these markers improve directly off the back of something like SS31, I may even bring this in then in smaller doses throughout the off season, while on cycle as well, potentially. We'll see. Again, it's just trialing stuff like this because, again, it gives me more knowledge as well for clients in the future too, which I think is important. I think experience with things are important, like I touched on before. So yeah, that is where we are sitting. So bloods are actually booked in for Tuesday morning. It's incredible. I booked them in. They're going to come to my apartment. They're going to take them from me. I'm going to get the results back in 2 days. And it actually worked out cheaper than at home as well, which is fantastic. So they're done Tuesday. I'll have results back by Thursday. And then we are scheduled to start the official off-season then the Monday. So Monday week, basically. So that is pretty much the game plan in terms of what we are going to do, which is super exciting. I feel responsive, I feel healthy, I feel fit, I feel lean, I'm feeling stronger, the pumps are good. So I really feel like this is a perfect starting position for this next push. The environment is perfect, I'm happy mentally, physically, everything is just aligning. So I gotta really make sure that I focus, I lock in, and I really maximize this phase, because it's not all the time that things run so smoothly. So if you're listening to this and things are running smoothly for you, make the most of it, because it doesn't always work like that. And even when things aren't running smoothly, we still get shit done anyway. But when it's running smooth, embrace it, enjoy it, and just run with it as much as we possibly can, because it doesn't last forever. Things creep up. So push. I will go through. I will do a little box in the corner as well, and I'll overlay it over the session, and I'll give you another little ramble. Training was. Yes, guys, so Dubai gyms. If you are coming to Dubai, where should you go? Where are the best gyms? What are they like? How much do they cost? Obviously, as you can see here, this is my push session. This is in Dungeon Gym. So Dungeon is close to the airport. It's like 10 minutes from the airport. It's kind of close to Dubai Creek, Al Jalaf, around there, okay? It's like 10 minutes from these areas. I love the vibe. It really depends on what vibe you like in a gym. Dungeon, pretty small compared to like Benus, but fantastic hand-selected pieces of kit. Very hardcore in terms of there's professional bodybuilders training there, like high-level professional bodybuilders. Abdullah, the owner, is a pro himself as well. There's no music in Dungeon. It's silence. It's just weights clanging and banging and people working hard. There's no bullshit. It's just what you see is what you get. You go in, you train hard, you make progress. I love it. It is exactly my vibe. People, super, super friendly. I felt right at home straight away. That is where I will operate for 95% of my sessions. Price-wise, pretty cheap compared to other gyms in Dubai. I think day pass works out like pound-wise, maybe like £15. My membership for the year, I think worked out as, if I'm correct, it was like £450, and that was for basically off-peak times. So I train early every day. So if you train up until 4 o'clock, you can get off-peak times, 6 to 4. So I don't train in the evening. So off-peak was like $450 for the year. That is steal. Fantastic. So that is kind of Dungeon. Then we have Benus, which is kind of from Dungeon, it may be like 20, 25 minutes away. That is a huge gym. There's a lot going on. It's very overwhelming. If you get gym anxiety, it's probably not going to be for you. Honestly, there's so much kit. Not all of it is very well looked after, and some of it isn't great, etc. as well. I think, equipment-wise, Dungeon for me, kit would be a little bit better, but it's massive. I think it's one of them, like, it's almost like a tourist attraction. If you come to Dubai, you kind of have to go and see it, but I would not be training there personally all the time. It's just too crowded, it's too busy. Like I said, not all kit is kept in immaculate condition as well, and it's super expensive. Like a day pass in Dungeon will cost you like up to like £80, literally, okay? And then a membership is going to cost you like over a couple of grand a year. So it's a lot more expensive. If you like it, of course, it's going to be worth it because it's massive. Like it's like a shopping mall, like for a gym, and some people love that vibe. Love you. If you're that kind of person, you will love it. It's amazing, but just not for me personally. So it's massive. It's electric in terms of like loud music. Still a great atmosphere in terms of like pros training there, etc. as well. It's just different. That's all I can say. It's different to Dungeon. Again, some people train in Dungeon and Benus kind of and go from one to the other. They're just different, and I think for some people it's nice to kind of mix it up as well. But definitely worth going to see, 110%. But if you're on a budget, probably fucking not because it's expensive. But no, you have to go see it at least once. But yeah, good spot. Then there's other ones. There's Well Fit Maiden that we went to last time as well. That is the old Max and Eagle. It's kind of like a commercial brand, Well Fits, but honestly, it's not like a commercial gym. Like atmosphere-wise, yes, it probably is, but equipment-wise, they have like all prime pieces. So kit-wise, crazy. Really, really impressive. But it's just a little bit quieter. It's a little bit more commercial. There's no real bodybuilders, etc. training there. It's very like clean and a bit too clean. I want something a bit grungy. So Well Fit Maiden is good kits, but a lot more commercial. That is more expensive than Dungeon. I'm not sure. I think day pass was maybe like £30-40 if I'm correct. So like a middle ground between Dungeon and Benus. Then there is TK MMA Fit. Haven't been there. That's in the Marina direction. Then there is Oxygen, which is men only. So I actually haven't went to Oxygen just yet. I will go at some stage to visit Oxygen. If anyone knows Oxygen, there's one out in Kuwait, one of the biggest bodybuilding kind of environments you can go to. So there's one here, a new one in Dubai. So I will go at some stage, and I will actually do a video on that because it's pretty crazy for you to see as well. And when I go visit these other gyms, I will do videos and show you them as well. Not sure how much oxygen is, to be honest with you. But again, that's not in the middle. I think the ones in the middle, Benus is close enough to everything. But look, either way, you're not really going to be driving more than 30 minutes to get to one side of the bike to the next. So like gyms will be in like a 30-minute proximity, like within all of them, which isn't too bad at all, considering I was driving like, 20 minutes a day to Ultraflex back in the UK. Some people think 30 minutes is a long time. For me, it's not. I was driving 50 minutes to some gyms as well. So 30 minutes to get to pretty much any gym you want is relatively fine, to be honest with you. So that is kind of a rundown as to what price I like in some of the best gyms, what I think, where I'm training, and that's why I'm obviously here in Dungeon. So yeah, this is where I'll be for the foreseeable. But overall, out here, it's if you want to level up your physique and your training, it's definitely the place for anyone to be. It's very hard to just eat like shit out here all the time, because even though there's loads of restaurants, there's so many options to actually eat clean. There's so many healthy, low-calorie restaurants. There's like, you can get supplements to your door in 5 minutes. You can get healthy food to your door in 5 minutes. It's not crazy expensive. So it's so convenient if you do want to actually prioritize your health and fitness. There's not many people out here who are, honestly, I haven't really seen anyone who's overweight or obese. Everyone seems to look after themselves and be in, half decent shape. And I think that does directly correlate over into the place it is in terms of positivity. Everyone's upbeat, the weather's nice, everyone's active, everyone's happy. I think when people look after their bodies, they're eating good food, they're training, they're out in the sun, it's going to create a better environment for everyone. And if you're someone who isn't looking after your body and isn't necessarily training, if you switch over and start looking after yourself a little bit more, I see this with clients all the time. If a client comes on board and they haven't really been consistently training or eating well, etc., and as soon as they start, mindset shifts. They become positive, happier. So yeah, 100%. It makes a big, big difference. But this was a push session. Starting off with tricep work, it was the crossbody extensions. It was 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps with a 2-second contraction in each rep as well. I've been doing this before my push sessions, which is strange because you would think if you do triceps before, like I was always of the mindset that it would take away from my pressing, but it actually hasn't. And it's allowed me to get a better connection with my triceps, which has been fantastic as well. So we'll see if they see any more growth because they fucking need it. 2 sets of crossbody extensions, then onto the single arm lateral. 2 sets here, 10 to 15 reps on both of them sets. Then onto the prime incline. 1 set here. I actually only got 5 reps on this. I need to work this up or pull the weight back next time. I'll have a think. I'll have a look and I'll see what I plan on doing, but I'll probably hold the weight and then build them reps up to like 8 to 10, to be honest with you. Then onto the neutral grip Nautilus press, which I haven't done it in a long time. I used to be able to lift very heavy on this, but it's been a long time since I used it, so I'm just kind of getting back in my groove here. It feels great. I'm very confident that weight will build up pretty fast here. 2 sets here of like 8 to 10. Felt really, really good. Crazy stretch, crazy contractions. That neutral grip felt a bit different, but I'm looking forward to running this up. 2 sets of cable fly. 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps here. I love a cable fly. Cable fly, a lot of the time I actually prefer it to a pec deck because my hands can move freely, so I can move them in whatever direction I want in comparison to a pec deck where I'm fixed in. But I have 1 session pec deck and then 1 session fly, so it's a nice variety in there as well. So 2 sets here. 3 sets of overhead extension. I like this setup. I like this like attachment they have. So it's not like, it's like a rope, but it has handles on it, so I can like grip a little bit better too and create a bit more tension. Spending a second in the stretch on every single rep, really emphasizing loading that long head. And then 1 set of abs to finish off, rope crunches. So here you will see I'm trying to kind of keep my hips locked. I don't want my hips shifting back and forward throughout the whole thing. A little bit of movement will happen, but I try and keep the hips and just think about contracting the abs and basically extending and flexing the spine. basically. So, geez, that was a long ramble, but that was the push session. That is one of the push sessions. That is push B. So I will take you through all the sessions out here eventually, but that is the first one. Let me know, do you like these like voiceovers over the video, or do you want a few raw ones as well, like for the last leg day and Ultraflex? Would you prefer one? Do you want both? Let me know, because whatever helps you best or whatever you enjoy more, I'll be happy to meet you halfway with that. So that is an update as to where we're at, where the physique is at. That is an update into what we're doing. Off season will start next week, so I will take you into that. I'll take plan is for the off season, and again, it's the road to progress, and a lot of progress is going to be made over this next few months into this second half of the year. Hopefully, if anything, hopefully this gives you a kick in the ass as well to pick yourself up. I'm focusing, I'm locked in, I'm going to make a lot of progress over this next few months. What are you going to do? If you're doing it, keep the head on, stay focused, because you will see me doing it alongside you. If you're slacking at the moment, pick yourself up, get yourself moving. Get some structure in there, go train, start moving your body, eat well, just do something 2 steps forwards. Doesn't have to be perfect, just start and figure it out along your way, okay? Any help you need, drop a comment, drop me a message on WhatsApp, the link is in the description as well, or drop me a message on Instagram. I'm always happy to help. So that is this video wrapped up. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm nearly at 5,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy to me. Crazy. Numbers don't mean a lot, but like 5,000 is a lot of people. A lot. So if you don't subscribe, let's reach that 5,000. I will actually do a giveaway when we get to 5,000 as well. So you can hold me to that. But I will see you in the next one.